The minis, these ones are an absolute game changer. I have been just using them non-stop. Honestly, I feel like I rarely use other palettes or eyeshadows these days. They're like creamier. I don't know how else to explain it. They're a bit more buttery and smoother and kind of velvety finishing on the skin. It just looks good. Like, I feel like I was wearing it when I had my hair lighter and it still looked good then. Even with my darker hair, I feel like it still looks good. It kind of just suits all tones. Minasan konnichiwa, this is Tina and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about the best makeup products of 2023. If that sounds like your thing, then please go ahead and channel登録しちゃってください。しちゃいなよ。Well, you guys, we have finally made it to the final best of video of 2023. I know it's February and I know I'm still going, but that's okay. You guys said you wanted it, so today I am doing the best makeup discoveries of 2023. As much as my channel focuses on skincare, I do love my makeup. We actually do have quite a number of products to get through in this video. I didn't specifically choose like top product from each product category and stuff. I kind of just looked at all my makeup, looked at what I used the most over the past year and just selected those items that I just constantly went back to. We're going to be starting off with the base makeup or like face makeup. The first one being the Missha Perfect Cover BB Cream. I know this product has been around for a really long time and I'm pretty sure Missha are like the inventors of BB cream. Am I wrong? I feel like I heard that somewhere. I had tried Missha's cushion like years and years ago and I wasn't a huge fan of that at that time, so it kind of like steered me away from trying out their other makeup products. But I got this off Yes Style and I was like, you know what, I'll give it a go, see how it is, and honestly, best decision ever. I used it like basically every single day when I was traveling because for me, it is the perfect amount of moisture coverage for like day-to-day wear when you are out and about, traveling, having a busy schedule. I have noticed that over time, I just do not like makeup that has very high coverage. I don't think it looks good on my skin. I guess I just prefer that natural amount of coverage. One pump is enough for my whole face, and yeah, I feel like my skin stays looking moisturized all day, has that good amount of glow to it. At first when I applied it, I thought it was way too ashy and dark on my skin. Like honestly, it looked very off on the coloring, but for some reason, when I apply it and blend it out, it blends out seamlessly into my skin. I mean, I'm wearing it today and I feel like it is a pretty good color match, even though it does always come out kind of ashy. So I don't know, is it like a color changing thing? I'm not sure. I also got my mum onto it because I received a few different shades when I got it from Yes Style, and this is the lightest shade. The second lightest shade I ended up giving it to my mum and I was like, look, just try it out and if you don't like it, that's fine. She also fell in love with it. She was literally like, oh my god, that Missha BB cream that you gave me, so good. And I was like, right? So yeah, it has been a game changer. It is also SPF 42. I do still wear sunscreen underneath because I apply a very generous amount, whereas this, I do still like to control how much I apply because it does have a fair amount of tint to it, but it is kind of just a bonus that it has SPF. I love it. Next, I have my favorite cushion discovery of 2023 and it is the TIR TIR cushions. Now I have included 3 different types for a reason because I feel like people seek something different when it comes to cushion foundations, and I feel like what I seek is probably not what everybody else seeks. So I thought I should include the different types. Hopefully there is one that will cater to you and what you want. So I must say the minis, these ones are an absolute game changer. Every time I go out now, I always carry one of these. They are the most perfect size to pop in your handbag. They're pretty gigantic, like it is pretty big, and to put that in a small handbag, it takes up like half your bag. Whereas this, even compared to other minis I have, it's kind of slim, so it just works so perfectly to be that touch up while you're out cushion foundation, and I have been just using them non-stop. So for me, the black one is probably my favorite, but it is the most sheer natural looking one, but that's what I like, and especially when I'm touching up and I just need to put a little bit on, the sheerer the better. I can also wear this all over my face obviously, but most of the time I will wear like a liquid type foundation, especially if I'm going out, and then like to touch up with a cushion while I'm out. The pink one has a very matte finish. It'll cover up all those pores. If you have oily skin, it'll help with that. So if I want a little bit more coverage or on a day where I'm already like sweating or shiny, the pink one will help mattify my skin. skin, honestly, I don't usually choose which one I should take out. I'll just grab whichever one I can find because I always end up using a really small amount when I'm out anyway. But yeah, definitely natural finish and then matte finish. And then the red one I know is the most viral one of all of them. This one is the highest coverage and it is definitely high coverage for sure. Like one push will cover my whole face and some, I feel like I don't even need a whole like puff to cover my whole face. For me, it's a little bit high coverage. I feel like it can look a little bit cakey when applied wrong. So personally, I like this one the best, then the red one, and then the pink one, just because I do have drier skin. I'm not usually a huge fan of matte stuff. The TIR TIR cushions, I've seen them a lot on social media lately, but in Japan, they have been so popular for quite some time now. Like literally every beauty store you go to, every drugstore you go to in Japan, they will always have the TIR TIR cushions and they're just so gosh darn popular. I know they're also popular in Korea, but I swear when I go to Japan, they're just everywhere. And just to note, my skin color or tone is the 21N in Ivory. I'm pretty sure it's Ivory in all of them. Yep. I will say that's the one thing about Korean makeup and cushions and stuff. There's usually 3 shade ranges and that's it. So that sucks. Next, moving on to my favorite powder discovery of 2023 is the NARS Light Reflecting Setting Powder. This is another product that is very popular in Japan. It was ranked like multiple times to be #1 powder on at Cosme. When I first purchased it, I did not realize that there is actually a really subtle shimmer to the product. And I was like, oh no, is this gonna make like lines more obvious or is the shine going to be too much? But this powder is very finely milled. The shimmer in it is also super fine, so it is almost not noticeable. Like it almost is a illusion that it reflects light and makes your skin look brighter and smoother, but it's not really like visible by the naked eye, if that makes sense. And I think that's why it's actually really good and you can use it every day in whatever occasion. Another thing is because it's so finely milled, it does not have any product fall out. Whenever I put my brush in it, a bad quality powder or not a finely milled one, when I do that, all the powder will like drop around the product, right? But this, like literally you can see the finest powder along here because it just like doesn't cause fallout and it's just so fine. And for someone like me who uses powder in a very minimal way, I use very little powder. I just usually do a little bit under the eyes and a little bit in oilier areas, but I don't even apply it all over my face and I don't apply a lot. Like usually I dip it in and then tap like most of the powder off before I go in on my face. So this actually has been really good. If you want to bake or if you are someone who like packs on a lot of powder, I honestly don't think you'll like this because it is so light and there is not that much powder deposit, if that makes sense. Like it is very subtle, but for me it does work perfectly. So yeah, that has been a great powder find of this year. My #1 most worn blush of this year, or last year, I keep saying this year but it's technically 2024 now, the Tower 28 Beach Please blush in a Magic Hour. So I do think I've mentioned this one on my channel a few times, even from this small amount of makeup I talk about on my channel, and it is hands down like easily my most worn blush in the past year. It is a cream formula and it's fairly pigmented, and do a quick dip and yeah, like it is pretty pigmented, but it is so easy to blend out and it really does it so seamlessly. Like you can use a brush, you can use your fingers, it really does blend out so smoothly and easily. I am wearing it today. I am wearing it usually like 9 times out of 10 and this shade just works with everything. It is this beautiful like warm nude kind of like brownie peachy shade, and when you first see it, it doesn't seem that exciting. It's kind of like okay, but it literally goes with everything. Like I can wear it with multiple different tones. I can wear it with like peach eye look, a pink eye look, a brown eye look. Like it goes with all of them. Whenever I travel, if I'm only taking one blush, this is the one I take, and I don't ever feel like, oh, I wish I had another color. Like I can wear this with any look and I love it for that reason. Next, we are moving on to eye makeup, which is definitely my biggest category and probably my favorite part of makeup. First, we are starting off with my favorite eyeshadow palette, and it is the Darcique shadow palettes. I do apologize. I think I say the name wrong. Beige. These eyeshadow palettes, I've already mentioned them multiple times on my channel and I have used them for a few years now, but I keep extending my collection. Like, I honestly think I'm going to build up to having every single one. These are all the ones I've got of Dasic. These are all Dasic palettes. I love them. Whenever there's a new shade or a shade I haven't got yet, I'm just like, yes, I need it. Today I have selected 3 that were kind of new to me in the past year and the ones that I've been using the most. Number 14, Peach Squeeze. Number 11, Chocolate Fudge. Number 7, Milk Latte. Yeah, I just noticed that I was reaching for these colors a lot. The Milk Latte is very neutral. I think it's the one I'm using today. Yeah, but if you want just like a neutral, natural look, kind of tones that suit everyone, I feel like the Milk Latte is a good one. I also have the Peach Squeeze, which I love coral peach colors, especially in more summer and warmer months. The Chocolate Fudge palette, it has such nice rich browns, definitely more like warm tone browns. The thing I like about Dasic palettes compared to other eyeshadow palettes is the color combinations that they like select for a palette. I feel like it just has a good variety of matte and shimmer, a good variety of light and dark. Like, there's always a color you can use as your base and then use a few in the crease, use as a liner, a little bit of glitter. I don't know, they just always select such a nice little combo to go in these 9 shades. The other thing is the eyeshadows themselves, I feel like are almost like a creamy buttery texture compared to a lot of other eyeshadows. The other ones that I use a lot is like the Roman ones in like K-beauty brands, and they're still really nice and well pigmented, but I feel like they're a bit more powdery and a bit drier. Whereas the Dasic ones, I feel like they're like creamier. I don't know how else to explain it. They're a bit more buttery and smoother and kind of velvety finishing on the skin. Honestly, I feel like I rarely use other palettes or eyeshadows these days because I always just end up going to these ones. And they're also a really nice size to travel with. Absolute favorite eyeshadow picks of this year. Next, I'm going to talk about a couple of eyeliners, which I must say, even in the past year, I've used a lot of my kind of standard favorites like the Hero Make, Love Liner. I still like them and use them all the time, but I feel like I have mentioned them quite a bit on my channel. So the newer liquid eyeliner discovery of 2023 was the D Up Silky Liquid Eyeliner. I do have this one in the shade Natural Brown, but D Up is a really popular Japanese mascara and brow and eyeliner brand. Like, they really do specialize in just those pretty much, and lashes. At least they used to be really big on false lashes, but that's all that they really focus on. I used to use their mascaras, but I feel like I'm just not that in love with them anymore. But this eyeliner, it had been some time since I used it. Look how like long and fine the tip is, and it really is like so flexible. Like, look at those little squiggles. Like, it's such a flexible and fine tip. And I also do like this natural brown shade. I honestly rarely wear black makeup now, like eyeliner, mascara. I rarely wear black. I usually wear a brown and sometimes even more wacky colors like pink, orange, like something with a bit more of a tint to it than just plain black, because I feel like I do like a more softened look now, and a brown does help to define while still looking less harsh. So yeah, today I am wearing this D Up brown one, and look, like, it defines the eyes plenty, but it just does soften everything a little bit. I feel like it ties it in a bit better with the like eyeshadow and everything too. And then I also have a pencil, I guess you could call it, but it is the Clio Extreme Gel Presso Pencil Liner. This one is also a brown in the shade Brown Black. This one's a brown black, and they do have multiple shades of brown. This one is just like a twist up kind of gel pencil, and it is like super duper smooth, as you can see. Like, it's super creamy, super smooth. It's slightly darker brown, I guess, compared to liquid, but brown tint to it. The reason why I like this one is that it is smudgeable, but once it's set, it really is set in place. Like, I'll let this dry for a little bit and show you guys in a moment. I like using this one when I want a softer liner look. When you use liquid eyeliner, obviously it is quite sharp, like it's a very sharp edge. So when I want to soften that up and have more of a soft liner look, I will usually use a pencil and kind of smudge it out into a point using a like eyebrow brush or something. And for that, I feel like like this is great. It is very soft when you first apply it. So while it's kind of freshly applied, I will smudge it out. And then once it's set, it really does last all day. So I like it for that reason. So I'll show you now that it's like been a while. Like, it does not come off. Next is my top pick for kind of your under eye glitters, which I do love using. I usually always use it in my eye looks. I just like how you get a little bit of sparkle when you like tilt your face and stuff. The one I've enjoyed is the Milk Touch Fairy Jewel Eye Glitter. I love this shade specifically, which, what is it? Chuar Eye Glitter. No. Milku Tachi Peari. No, where's the color? I don't know what, oh, it's on the bottom. Number 1 Aurora White Jewelry is the shade. It looks silver initially, but it's actually like a warm kind of gold-ish tinted silver-ish color. And by having that kind of mixture of different tints, this shade works with every shade, like every shade, at least that I wear, and it almost like reflects the colors around it to match those shades. Again, a pink look or a brown look or a coral look or anything, I feel like it matches no matter what because it's like neutral enough that it kind of takes in those colors and matches it. I know that sounds really weird, but I swear it works with every shade. The brush is pretty like typical. I wouldn't say it's the best brush I've ever had, but the actual formula and everything like makes up for it. It has a blend of really fine glitters, but it also has those chunks as well, and it really does like last all day on the eye. It doesn't go crusty and fall off like some of these do. Overall, the shade, like I 100% love this shade and I feel like it would work for anyone. I do have one highlighter, I guess you could say. It is the Too Cool for School Art Class Frottage Pencil. So this one is in the shade 01 Shining Linen, and it is the most beautiful neutral goldy shimmery shade. At first, I genuinely thought it was just an highlighter, which you can definitely use it for, but in Korea, it's actually really popular to draw the Aegyosal under your eyes, which it definitely works well. Like I was kind of shocked when I first tried it because you literally just need to swipe it and you don't even need to have like a darker shade to do the actual like bag underneath and stuff, but it does kind of just pop out that little tear bag and it looks really natural. I also do actually genuinely use it as a highlighter. It doesn't really work on big areas, but if you want to highlight like the tip of your nose bridge, like the inner corner, even your cupid's bow, I feel like it is really easy. It was actually in the YesStyle advent calendar and I remember my first reaction using it. It is the most powdery formula, even though it's in a pencil like this. Like literally it comes out and it feels like powder on your skin. It's kind of bizarre. Very, very lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy, sticky, crayony. It literally just feels like powder on your skin. It has been a pleasant find. Now all I have left in the eye makeup category is mascaras. After I grabbed my most used ones for this video, I realized that I really do like one type of mascara from the brush, from the formula, because I didn't even realize until I got all these for the video, but they are pretty much like the same mascara. I'm trying to get it out all at once. But can you see the similarities? Like they all have a really thin brush and like a slight curve to it. And then I know you can't really see the formula, but they all have really fine like fibers to it. And it is an absolute fluke that I chose them all. And then literally afterwards I was like, wait, they're literally all the same mascara, which I thought was funny. But obviously I like a very certain type of mascara. Another thing I thought was funny was two of these mascaras are actually the same product, but it was a limited edition and I didn't notice that these two were the exact same mascara, just a different shade. So yeah, introducing this one first. It is the D-Up Perfect Extension Mascara for Curl. These ones are from that same brand, D-Up. I bought this one during my first trip to Japan and then this one during my second trip to Japan, not knowing that they were the same mascara, but I just wanted the shade. One is a pink brown and then the other one is a cherry brown, and they're both such beautiful colors. This one is the pink brown, so this one's more of like a dusky pinky kind of muted brown, and then the cherry brown is definitely a bit warmer. They are both just like beautiful shades and shades that I feel like you can't just get anywhere. Most brands do a black and do a brown, and that's usually like an extent of normal kind of brands, but this one, like, look at those colors, they're just so pretty. This cherry brown one had a little limited edition mini packaging on it, so pretty much the reason why I bought it. But these, as well as like honestly all the mascaras that I've included in this video, they work really well for thin, small lashes. They all are waterproof, I believe. I mean, at least I think so. I'll note it if they're not waterproof, but I don't usually have issues of them smudging or coming off during the day personally. This is the Dasik Mood Up Mascara Long and Curl. Can you tell that they're one of my favorite brands? This one is actually in the shade Chocolate Brown. I did get it while I was in Korea at Olive Young. They had like a buy one get one free 2-pack with this mascara. So I was like, yep, I'm gonna get it. This has been my go-to just everyday brown mascara. Those other ones I still think about like when to wear them or what colors I should wear them with. Every other day where I'm like, I don't want to think about what color to choose, this was the one that I went for. Again, it is a brown, so slightly softer than like a true black, and it's quite like a warm-ish medium brown, but I felt like it was always enough definition and it did go with every look. I did end up using both tubes as well, so this one is my second one. Last little category we've got is lip products, which I also love lippies. My past year I went for kind of semi-sheer tints that had a bit of a gloss to them, so I like to be able to just wear one product, not gonna lie. I don't do the whole lip liner and then the darker shade and then the lighter shade and then the gloss. Like, I don't really do all that. I usually do just pick one product and that's it. That's all I wear. First, I do have the Amuse Gel Fit tints. How absolutely gorgeous is that packaging? It's so cute, it's so little, they're adorable. I do love the formula as well and the shades, and I actually do have all the shades. I literally have all the shades of the Gel Fit tint, all of the original kind of shade range, and I have selected 3 shades that I feel like I wear the most. First one is the number 1 Boksunga. This one is, I believe, like their kind of top choice. You know how Korea always does like best choice of shade, like whenever they're promoting makeup and stuff. This was their like number 1 kind of popular, highest promoted shade, and I get it. It's like a very nice, natural looking peachy corally lip. Probably have worn this one the most because it was the first one I bought, and I had this one for like a few months before I got any other shade. Another shade I like is the Oat Fig. I do have like slightly deeper lips naturally, I feel like. So the Oat Fig I feel like actually matches my natural lip color a bit better while being more of like a dusky, rosy, kind of mauvey shade. And then the other one is the number 7 Caramel. This one is also kind of like a my lips but better shade. It is quite similar to the Oat Fig, but it's a warmer color. It has a bit more like brown orangey-ness to it. So yeah, those are probably the 3 that I wear the most. The texture is really nice. It's not overly glossy, but it does add that shine to your lips. They also do leave a tint. I mean, I just applied some and wiped it off, and that's the tint left. So they do definitely leave a decent amount of tint, which is nice. And then the size of it for a lip tint, I feel like is nice and small and compact, so you can put it in your handbag when you're out and stuff. But yeah, wore these ones a ton the past year. The other lip tints that I've been using probably the most the past year, and probably even longer than that, are the Romand Dewy Full Water Tints. These again have such a wonderful texture. I would say they're a bit more watery feeling than the Amuse gel ones. They go on quite thin but have that shine to them, and again leaves that beautiful tint. And their shade range is to die for. 2 of these, I know whenever I wear these, I swear someone always comments like, what are you wearing on your lips? So these ones are like my lips but better color. This one's like a warmer brownie tone, and this one's more of a pink mauvey tone. When I want to go as natural as possible but want a pop of color that is close to my natural lip color, these 2 are the ones I go for. And then the other 2 that I use quite frequently is these coral shades, 01 In Coral and 02 Salty Peach. The In Coral, this one is definitely more brighter and it's definitely more like a coral peach shade, whereas this one's a bit more neutral. But I was wearing the In Coral like non-stop, I feel like, probably about a year ago or during summertime when I just wanted something peachy corally. Like, this one was always the one I reached for. I have have many shades of these Roman Dewy Full tints too, and I think they might be my favorite formula out of the Roman lips. They have quite a number, but I feel like this is definitely my favorite formula from them. Next, I have a gloss that I discovered pretty much a year ago, and I was obsessed with wearing it during the summertime, and it's actually the lip that I'm wearing today, and it is the Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly in Cashew. I know I was wearing this lip like non-stop for a while, and I think I influenced a number of you guys to get it, because like I've had multiple of you guys messages being like, I got that because of you, and it is such a nice lip gloss. I must say I'm not a huge like lip gloss fan, because I don't like that sticky feeling, and it's sometimes just like too much on the lips, whereas this one, it is a lip gloss, but I feel like it's not too sticky. It feels like a lip balm, and this shade and its pigmentation is beautiful. Like that's all I'm wearing on my lips today, but I feel like it is plenty of color, and again, it is that kind of neutral warm brown that I feel like suits everything. It matches perfectly with this blush, so this combo, like ultimate. It just looks good. Like I feel like I was wearing it when I had my hair lighter and it still looked good then. Even with my darker hair, I feel like it still looks good. It kind of just suits all tones. And then the last product I got is quite a late discovery in the year. I only started using it in like December, I think, but I fell in love instantly, and it is the TIR TIR My Glow Rosy Lip Oil. They actually do have 4 different types, I believe. I've only opened 2 and tried 2. I really enjoyed this red tinted one. The applicator is also a nice big applicator like that for a lip oil. It feels so comfortable on lips. It gives such a juicy shine to them, but it's also really well tinted. The other color I opened was green, which doesn't really tint your lips, which is good because you don't really want green lips. But this one does tint your lips a little bit, and it looks really intensely red, but obviously it doesn't go on that red. But I was wearing it constantly during Christmas time, because I was like, I want a little red lip, but I don't want it to be too intense, and I want to be able to wear it with everything, and that was this one. Even on bare lips, I feel like it looks really good. It is enough color. I mean, obviously it will change a little bit depending on each person and what your natural lips look like. These ones do also have a scent to them. This one is rose, which usually I don't know if I'd be a huge fan of like rose in makeup or somewhere I can smell it, but it is a subtle enough rose that I enjoy it. The other one was mint, which also smelled really good. That is the best makeup items of 2023. I'm not very used to reviewing makeup, I feel like, so I don't know if like what I'm saying makes sense or if I'm just repeating myself, but that's my opinion, and I still hope you guys enjoyed this video. That concludes all of my best of videos for 2023, and I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. For now, I have selected 2 other videos that you can check out until my next videos come out, and if you do want to be notified about them, make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!